All right, I think I started recording. Fantastic. So we're going to be looking at the brutal UK market, how brutal the recruitment cycle is in the UK, and we're going to focus on that for today's session. So I'm going to go ahead to you. I did a very small presentation that I'm going to share with you guys today. I'm going to share my entire window, okay, so you can get to see everything I'm showing today. So let me go straight to my presentation. Okay, close this. All right. So the brutal truth about the job market in the UK, especially for immigrants. So, like I said, you see, when I moved to the UK initially, all right, I worked in Ireland. I moved to Ireland initially, then I moved to the UK. So from Ireland, I moved to the UK. And I'll tell you this, getting a job in this country is very difficult. As an immigrant, it's actually very difficult. But you see, the moment you understand what you need to get a job, it ceases to become difficult. Okay, because you see, all you need, okay, is to get the first one. You see, the major thing is just get the first one. The moment you get the first one, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, it's going to be easy peasy for you. All right. But that first one is going to test you. It's going to push you to the brink. And you're going to be asking yourself different questions like, am I good enough? Is the UK market against immigrants? Okay. But you'll be surprised. None of that is the answer. None. None of the above is the answer. All right. None of the above is the answer. And that's exactly what you need to know at the back. That's the thing that you need to know at the back of your mind. All right. So we're going to be breaking it down so that you understand what you need to stand out. Okay. Is the job market brutal? 100%. But is it possible for you to stand out regardless? Yes, you can. And that's exactly what we're going to be discussing in today's session. All right. Now, about CV Matchly, I'm pretty sure you guys are hearing of CV Matchly for the first time. Okay, so CV Matchly is your job application buddy. Okay, it's a job application buddy, and what we're going to be doing today is to discuss what this tool helps you do, what this tool would help you achieve at the end of the day. So, even looking at getting a job today in today's job market, you could have the right skills, you could have the right experience, you could have everything, but if your CV doesn't communicate all that thing, it's going to be difficult for you to get a job. Okay. And I'll repeat myself again. You might have the right skills, you might have the right experience, you might have everything is good. You have everything, but you find out that not having a great CV would put you at a great disadvantage. All right. And that's what CV actually does for you. Long story short. All right. So I can quickly show you a demo. Then just quickly do a demo. So without, seeing is believing. Do you understand? So that's exactly what I'm going to show you. So I'm just going to go to my browser. Okay. And I'll go to like a job board. I'm going to go to a very popular job board in LinkedIn in across the world is the UK. So I'm going to go to LinkedIn. Okay. I'm going to go on LinkedIn. All right. And I would go search for a job on LinkedIn today. So take, for example, or let's use a sponsored job. Let's use the NHS. Let's use the NHS rather than LinkedIn. So let's say you're looking for a sponsored job and the NHS is one of the best places to go look for a job today, even in the UK. All right. And you're looking for a job in the NHS. Okay. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to look for, let's say, project manager. Okay. So let's search for the keyword project manager. Okay. So if you're looking at going into project management or you want to become a project manager or you want to get a job as a project manager in the UK, what do you need to do? Okay. What do you need to do today? So you see this, okay? I just searched for the keyword project manager on the NHS website, and you see you have quite a number of roles, project management and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is just select one of them. This basically the salary is good. Um, Contract type is fixed term contract. Working pattern is full time. So let's take a look at this. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Now, I want to apply for this role. I want to apply for this role. Okay. Now, in every job description that you go to, you'll find out that, they have what we call the job description or the job responsibilities. Now, basically, what this means is they are telling you exactly what you need to be successful in this role. So it's like an examination that you're going into. You're going to write an exam. Okay. And before you go right to the exam, imagine that you have the answers to the exam. Okay. Imagine you have the answers to the exam. So basically, these people have told you exactly what you need to be in order for you to get this job. So they're telling you the job responsibility. They're telling you the person specification. All right. They're telling you the qualification and training that is needed for this. Okay. So you see, everything is there. Okay. In order for you to get this particular work. Okay. So you see, basically, it's a job description that tells you exactly what you need to be like in order for you to get a job. So now let's break it down a bit. So you want to apply for this job, long story short. CV Matchly is, you see, what most people would do is they just take their CV and they make some adjustments and they then go ahead to apply for the role. But what I want you to do today is I want you to search for CV Matchly on your browser, on any browser you're using. All right. Just search for CV Matchly. Okay. Search for CV Matchly. And I want you to add the Chrome extension. Okay, it's a Chrome extension. So just go to CV Matchly, the actual website itself. You would see get started for free. You click on that and it will take you to the Chrome extension. All you need to do is add to Chrome. Add to Chrome. Once you add it to Chrome, you would see it in your Chrome browser. You see it here in your Chrome browser. Okay. And now you want to apply for this role today. Okay. Most people will just do a little bit of tweaking to their resume, to their CV, and they would apply. Okay, because they have a project manager CV, they'll just make some tweaks here and there, Control S, save, download as PDF, and apply for the role. But in this kind of situation, that's not what guarantees you success. Okay, because like I said, they've told you exactly what they're looking for. Okay, so how do you tailor your resume or your CV to match this job description very quickly? So a lot of people use ChatGPT. For example, they'll copy the job description, they'll upload their CV, they'll write a prompt, and ChatGPT would have to, do the, tailoring for them. And on average, it takes about 40 minutes to do that. So take ChatGPT's response, use it to update your CV. It takes about 40 minutes, okay, on average. So you see, what CV actually does is it does it faster, okay, than even ChatGPT. Okay, so you see, currently I've uploaded my resume, my CV. It has extracted the job description. It has extracted the job description. So over here, you can see the job description that you have here. Okay, that's the same job description that you have over here. Okay, your CV has been uploaded. So what it is going to do, what CV Match is going to do, it's going to look at the job description. It's going to take a look at your CV and it's going to analyze your CV against the job description. And now you can see now my CV is not looking good. It's giving me a 38%, 38%. So it means my CV is not good. I need to optimize the CV to get it up to like above a 90%. Okay. So all I need to do is click on optimize CV and you see, I can generate an optimized CV. Now generate or optimized CV means that it's going to look at the job description. It's going to take a look at my CV and it's going to build a tailored CV for me. Okay. It's going to build a tailored CV for me in less than 20 seconds, in less than 20 seconds. You can see, even before I finish explaining, it has, I've gotten my CV and I can go ahead to download the resume. Now, the good thing about this is, especially for guys that are looking at getting a job, with the NHS or public service, or you're looking at getting a sponsored job, if you're looking at doing stuff with the NHS, for example, you see it's tracking every role that I apply to. So this is the project manager role that I just applied, that I just optimized. Okay. For majority of the roles with the NHS, you will need what we call a supporting document. Now, guess what? You could also, when I come here to action, you can generate a cover letter, okay? And you could also generate a supporting document. You could also generate a supporting statement, okay, using this because it's the NHS. If I apply for another role in another organization, you'll see the supporting document is not going to be there. Okay, and I will show you all that today in today's session. I'm going to show you all that. So basically, what CV Matchly does is a career accelerator platform that guarantees you interviews, that guarantees you success in your job search, essentially. So it makes it easy for you to apply for jobs. It makes it easy for you to tailor your resume, and we help you land jobs. Basically, that's what we do. So Who is this person speaking to you? Give me a thumbs up if you understood what I just said. Give me a thumbs up. Let me see. Let me see people that are with me. Give me a thumbs up if you got exactly what I said. Fantabulous. I love it. You guys, I love the energy, guys. You guys are amazing. Okay. All right. So
Please,
about this.
hello?
Sorry, I'm just gonna mute everybody so that
Please,
we don't have.
can you repeat this? Can you repeat this one?
All right. So I'm gonna take everything. I'm still gonna do more sessions. I'm still gonna do some practicals at the end. I just wanted to show you a demo real quick. Okay. I just wanted to show you a demo. That was just to show you a demo. I'm still gonna repeat it in detail. Don't worry, during the session. Don't worry. Okay. So I'll answer your question. If you have any questions, you could just drop it in the chat. I'll be happy to take your questions in the chat. Okay. Thank you very much. So now let's talk about this person that is speaking to you. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this person? Who is Efemena? Okay, so Efemena Ipro is the founder of TV Matchly. All right, and I think the major reason why we started CV Matchly is to help immigrants land better jobs in the UK and literally across the world. But we are focused on the UK today because a lot of people in the UK, a lot of people are moving to the UK and they're finding it difficult to getting a job. Okay, so there's a lot of misconception, and I also had those misconceptions. You see, when I moved to the UK, one of the major misconception is your past experience is not relevant, your name. So even at one time, I was getting so much rejection emails that I felt my name was the problem. So I felt like because my name was Shemena Ipro, whenever they see my name, they just send me a rejection email that this person is not British. So sometimes I thought it was my accent also. So when I go for an interview and I don't get a call back, I think it was my accent. So you see, a lot of things were the problem. I felt a lot of things were the problem, but the major problem was my CV was just bad. Just looking at my CV, sometimes I see, wonder why would I be using that kind of CV to apply for jobs, all right? And a lot of people are in that boat at the moment, and they're thinking the problem is them. Yeah, you see, they feel like that's the problem. And that's exactly where I am. See, a little bit of introduction about myself. I studied economics in Nigeria, in Ibadan, okay, from Lit University. I did economics, okay. My first job was nothing technical. So you can see my background is not technical. My first degree was not technical. But eventually I wanted to get into the tech space and I pivoted into the tech space. And I've always worked in the tech space I would say in the last 10 years, I've always been in something within the tech space. So I've worked as a data analyst, I've worked as a data scientist, I've worked as a data engineer, I've worked in business analysis, I've worked in project management, I've worked across different sectors, okay, within the UK. And I would say this, you see, the thing is just get your first job. So it took me 2 years to get my first job, 2 years to get my first job. But you see, the moment I got that first one, I can tell you it was a no-brainer. Like I just felt like, why have I been wasting my time? Like, why did I waste my time so much? So you see, my job today is to tell you not to waste your time anymore. So if you've been struggling to land in an interview, struggling to land in the job, you're in the right place. Okay? Because I'm going to break it down what you need to get a job. So like I said, I'm going to be very time conscious today so that I can pass across all this information to you in the best way possible so you understand what I'm talking about. All right? So that's my experience. So that is me. I've been doing this for the last, I would say, I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, helping people transition into careers, helping people to learn new learn skills, helping people land jobs in the UK, US, and Canada. I'm currently based in Canada now. Okay, I moved from the UK to Canada just about going on 3 years ago. All right, so I moved to Canada. So I help people here in Canada also get jobs. But honestly, my art is still in the UK because I love it so much. So basically, in the next 1 hour, what are we going to be discussing? Okay, what are we going to be discussing in the next 1 hour? Okay, number one, we're going to talk about the brutal truth about the job market in the UK. All right, we're going to talk about that in detail. Okay, then the next thing is the key strategies to landing a job in today's job market. What do you need to get a job? You need to get a job by the end of this month, the next month, in the next 2 months. You want to dedicate your time to applying for jobs, to getting a job. What do you need to get a job? That's exactly what we're going to explore. Now, number three is Number three is visa sponsorship in the UK. Now, a lot of what we've realized is majority of the people that are looking at that are very aggressive are people that are looking for visa sponsor jobs. So what do you need to do today to get a job, a visa sponsor job? That's exactly what we're going to explore again today. And last but not the least, what are the guarantees that we give you at the end of the day? So if you're coming into our community, into the CV market community, what are the guarantees that we give you? That is exactly what we need to talk about. So these are the four things we're going to talk about too. Like I said, in 60 minutes, we are going to be done. We're about 20 minutes into the session already. So I have nothing else to go. Let's jump straight into the session. Okay. So now, why are you getting rejected? Why are you running? Okay. Why are you running? Why are you getting rejected? That's that we're looking at the brutal truths. Do you get me? So we're looking at the brutal truths today. So why are you getting rejected? So why are you applying for roles? You apply for 10 roles, six of the roles will send you a rejection email, while the remaining four will ghost you. Why does that happen? Why? Why do you think that happens? Let's break it down. Okay. Now, the UK recruitment site is, I'm gonna put it in one slide to summarize it for you. Okay. And it's basically falls into four groups, and you will know exactly where you fall into at this point in time. Now, group one is the people that get rejection emails, that constantly reject rejection emails. So, like I said, you apply for 10 roles, you get six rejection emails or seven rejection emails, then the remaining ones leave you on red. They don't respond to you. That's basically what we call, that's the first group of people. If you belong to this category of people, to be honest with you, the reason why you're getting that level of rejection is because your CV is bad. See, there's no reason. It's not because of your name. It's not because of you put Nigeria on your CV. It's not because you have, it's not because of any of the things that you think it is. Your CV is just not good. It's simple. It's very simple. The reason why you're getting all that rejection email is because your CV is not great. Okay, so you need to make your CV great. What do you need to do? What do you need to use to make your CV great? CV matching. Well, I'll come to that. Don't believe me yet. Don't worry. Don't believe me yet. Well, I'll come to it. Okay. Number two, the second group of people are the people that get dropped in the first level, in the first contact with, with the organization. So most times, if your CV is able to scale, if your CV is able to scale, and the HR recruiter says that, oh, let me call this person and let's book a 30 minutes conversation. You see, that 30 minutes conversation that they have with you eventually leads to them not responding to you anymore. So that's the first contact. So most times HR will call you to, oh, we saw your application. Do you have 30 minutes to spare for us to jump on a call to iron to, for us to align? Basically, let's call it an alignment call. Okay. That's the first level of call. Now, if you keep getting dropped at this stage, let me tell you the fact also. This is from my own personal experience because see, nobody received the rejection email past me because I was very aggressive with the job sales at the time. So you see, if you keep getting dropped at this first contact stage, you are not good at interviews. It's the honest truth. It's just the blatant truth. It's not because of your accent. It's not because of anything that you think it is. It's basically because you don't have the right way to answer interview questions. All right. You don't, you're not just doing a great job when it comes to that. Now, the next group of people are the people that get dropped during the hiring manager stage. So usually when you are doing an interview, okay, HR will call you first to book you into a call. Now, if you pass that HR interview, you are likely going to move straight into the hiring manager stage. Now, for the hiring manager stage, this person is doing the job currently. Okay, so the person wants to just ask you a question about the job. All right. The person just wants to ask you a question about the job that you're doing. Okay. So the person's gonna ask you questions like scenario-based questions like, can you tell me a time you've done X, Y, Z before? Can you tell me how do you handle this kind of situation? How do you deal with this? So the person wants to know if you have the experience to do the job. Nothing more than that. So the hiring manager stage is just for you to get to understand what experience you have that is relevant to the job you've applied to. So they even ask you questions. Do you even know the job you're applying to? Can you tell me about the role that you're applying to? In this kind of situation, they just want to know if you understand the role and if you have the right experience for the role. Now, if you keep getting dropped at this hiring manager stage, in which at one point in my experience, this is where I got dropped the most. And now let me digress a little bit. Let me gist you guys. So at the time, I would apply for roles, and my CV was bad initially. And I'm telling you, this is my own life experience. I'm breaking it down for you, okay? So there was a time when my CV was very bad. Then I moved on. I made some adjustment. I was getting some calls. I kept getting dropped at that first contact information. So I improved that. I started getting into the hiring manager stage, and I started getting significantly dropped at that stage. Let me tell you what I used to say. I will go for the interview because I was coming from Nigeria. I felt my experience in Nigeria was not relevant in Ireland and the UK. I kept getting dropped and so on. So you see, I was, I would always tell them that, okay, when they ask me about my experience and all that, I would always tell them that, okay, I, I want to grow in the organization. I want to grow at this stage. I want to grow with the organization. I want to start from the regiment. I want to understand the organization and grow with the organization. You see, this is what I used to say in Nigeria. That's what I would say in Nigeria to win HR over. Okay, to win HR, to win the hiring manager. This person is very humble. This person is very, down to earth. This person just wants to learn. This person just wants to, this person wants to stay. Is thinking long term. So that was the same mindset I took to UK recruitment. Okay, and I kept saying, I want to grow. I want to grow. You know, one HR recruiter then I have to ask the question, are you a seed? Are you a plant? Are you a plant that you want to grow, in our organization? It was sarcasm, but I got it. Like at the time I got it, I was like, no, we laughed over it. And, then I went on to talk about my experiences and all that. But the guy did not reach out to me anymore. But it took just that level of sarcasm to say that, okay, it seems like this, my growth statement is not eating home. Like it's not working. Okay. And that's exactly what changed. Honestly, that one sarcasm question was what changed my. So I started doing something differently. I'm going to tell you in a bit. Okay. But basically, if you're dropping at that interview stage, at that second stage with the hiring manager, you don't have relevant experience. They don't feel like you have the relevant experience for you to do the job. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about. And last but not the least is if you keep getting dropped at the like at the technical stage, which is the third stage, usually, second or third stage, the technical stage, you don't have, you're not just technically sound. You're not as technically sound as you think you are. Okay. You're not, I'll give another example. I use myself a lot because I've done I I've done a lot also. Okay. So there was a role that I did. I applied for the role. I did very well in the technical stage, but I was dropped. We're only two in the final stage. We're only two in the final stage, and I was dropped. And I asked the reason why I was dropped. And it was after a presentation, after a case study was given to us to present on, I got dropped. And you see, the person that got the job did something better than myself. Okay. So the person did something we call comparative analysis. Okay. So as a data professional, you compare. Okay. You compare and contrast like for likes. Okay. So if you're doing something for Netflix, for example, if you're working with Netflix and you're doing something around engagement rates. Okay. You need to look at, you shouldn't just focus on Netflix. You should focus on Prime. You should focus on, other on-demand streaming platforms. You should look at other platforms like that to understand what their own active hours are and compare it against Netflix to see when you look at your competitors, are you doing better or are you doing worse off? So that was the part where I missed. And I missed out on that particular very fantastic role because of just a single aspect. But you see, that's exactly what I used to learn. I learned that. So me now, every time I do any form of interview, I would always add something that has to do with comparative analysis. Okay. So essentially, if you fall into this category of places, you know exactly what the problem is. Okay. So number one, your CV is bad. Number two, you're not good at interviews. Number three, you don't have relevant experience. And number four, you are not technically sound. Okay. So those are so let me see. Where do you belong to at this point in time? Let's see. Let's see. Drop a comment in the chat. Where do you belong to at this time? I would like to know. I would love to know. All right. I would love to know. Where do you belong to at this time? So don't A, B, C, or D. A, B, C, or D. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. I can see somebody said D. I've been dropped at the final stage because I couldn't speak or communicate in German. Okay, well, that's a very specific skill. So the interview stage, okay. D, C, fantastic. This is beautiful. I love this. It's very good that you know exactly where you are, and you can belong in two stages at the same time. You might be receiving more rejection emails, but you get like one, two calls. So you know that you need to convert more. All right. We'll talk about that in a few seconds. So this is the UK recruitment slide in one slide. So you see, the number if you look at all those stages, the group of people that we have there, the number one issue you're facing today, the number one issue you are facing today is you. So if today you're getting a lot of rejection emails, okay, the problem is you. If today you don't know how to interview properly, the problem is you. So in any of those groups you fall into, the number one issue you're facing is you. And the reason why it's you, it's because most people approach application from their own point of view. Okay, from their own point of view. So your assumption is that when I go for an interview, I'll try my best to sell myself. Okay, when you're applying for a job, you're applying for a job with the intention that when the recruiter reads my CV, they will know I can do the job. Do you understand? You see, these are all from your own point of view, not from the recruiter point of view, not from the organization point of view. You always approach application from your own side, from what you think it should be like. So if I go for an interview and I talk during the interview, I'll try my best. It's not about trying your best. It's about you going there to ensure you leave nothing on the table. All right. And how do you do all that? Okay. We'll break it down, in bits and pieces so you understand exactly how you stand out during an interview process, during an application process, and through all the things we're going to be talking about today. So the number one issue you're facing is you. And that's because majority of the people are, focus from their own point of view, especially when it comes to job application. When the recruiter reads my CV, they will know I can do the job. Do you understand? Okay. Now, you see, what most people think job application looks like. So take, for example, you're looking at going into project management. Okay. You want to get a job in project management. You want to get a job as a project manager. All right. And you go. You see a job that you like online. You go on LinkedIn. You go on Indeed. You go on NHS. You go on civil, the civil service job. You go on all these platforms. You see a job that you like. What most people think is I would apply for the role and then HR or the recruiter will read my CV. Okay. So most people feel like this is the journey it takes for the recruiter to read their CV, for them to get an interview. This is the typical journey that most people think the flow goes through. So when you apply for a role, the recruiter will read your CV. But let me be specific. For every job application that you see out there, okay, for every job role that you see on LinkedIn, on Indeed, on CV Library, on read.co.uk, on the NHS job board, or all these platforms that you're going to apply for jobs, on average, every job post receives 250 applications. On average, we receive 250 applications. That's massive. Okay. And I can tell you for free, there is no recruiter that has the time to read 250 applications. So you see, if your mindset is when they see my CV, they will know I can do the job. It's 100%. Your application journey is flawed already. When they read my CV, they will know I can do the job. And I said this a lot of times. So I was getting rejection emails, but the whole process of you applying for a job is a job. Applying for a job itself, it's a job. Okay. So you see, most of the time I just want to apply. I just want to apply, easy apply and keep applying, apply to like 500 jobs. easy apply. But you see, the thing is that these guys don't have the time to review everybody's application. And that's exactly what I usually tell people. I tell people about what we call the ATS. Okay, ATS, the applicant tracking software or system. Okay, applicant tracking system. Now, what does the applicant tracking system do? It's just like, well, I want to assume we're all Africans here. Okay, um, it's like a sieve. Okay, a sieve. Okay, so if you're making juice, for example, you know a juicer. Okay, so when you put in your fruits, let's say you want to juice orange, for example, you put your oranges in the juicer and you click on start. It's going to separate the shaft from the juice. Okay, so the juice is going to go into, the bucket or a bowl or something, and the shafts are going to go into something else entirely. So you see, the ATS basically just filters out things that are not needed. Okay, so if you apply for a role with the intention that the recruiter or an HR professional is going to read your CV, I can tell you for free, nobody gets to read your CV because the ATS filters out your CV. It's not just relevant to the role. All right. So what does ATS look out for? There are three things ATS look out for, and that's number one, keyword. Okay. Number two, the format and structure of your CV plays a significant aspect of your job application journey. You know, the structure and format of your CV plays a significant aspect of your job application journey. Last but not the least is chronology, the way you arrange things on your CV. The way you arrange things on your CV. All right. We'll talk about that practically when we get to the stage where we can do a bit more practical aspects. Okay. I can tell you for free, nobody gets to read your CV because the ATS filters out things that are not needed. Okay. So you see, can you guys hear me loud and clear? Let me see. Which is you can. Okay. All right. Right. Okay. So let's go straight into it. Okay. Um, okay. Sorry about that. I think I just made a very small mistake. All right. Okay. All right. So let's jump straight into it. So that's the ATL. So there's certain keywords you're going to focus on. So we have the likes of applicant, we have the likes of the keywords, format, the structure, and chronology. Okay, and we'll talk about that, as we proceed, when we do more demos and all that, you get to see all these things in play out. So basically, when you apply for a role, okay, recruiter would not read your CV immediately. There's no recruiter that has the time to read your CV when you apply for a role. So the ATS is there to filter out things that are not relevant, CVs that are not relevant. So it filters out. So you are likely going to get a no if you don't tailor your resume for that role. You're likely going to get a no. So if you get a no, you're getting a rejection email. So you see, sometimes it might come like a day or 2 days, or it could come like in a few minutes to an hour to a few hours to a couple of days. I can tell you for free, nobody is reading your CV. Nobody is reading your CV. All right. You're just getting a rejection email because you're with nobody, when they say after careful consideration, after careful review, nobody carefully reviewed anything. They just blanket. Everybody that receives a no gets a rejection email. On the flip end, the recruiter still has to review the CV. So even if ATS recommends you that, okay, your CV has the keywords they're looking for, the formatting and the structure is good, chronology is on point, everything is on point, the recruiter still has to read your CV. Now, before I go to that recruiter aspect, okay, let me take exactly what you need to talk about, what you need to, let me put it in a real context so you understand where I'm coming from. Now, in this kind of situation, we've all been in a situation where, your mom says, go get the bag in the room. Go to the room, go to my room, go upstairs, go downstairs, go to my room and get a bag and get my bag for me, bring my bag for me. All right. But now you get into the room and you find all these bags in there. And you're like, what's this? What kind of bag is she looking for? Is she going for a party? Is she going, what bag is she even looking for? You know, like, so they are all bags. Do you understand? They are all bags. Or is there a particular bag you go and select from this situation? And if you're selecting a bag, why? If you're not selecting the bag, why are you not selecting the bag? I want to know in the comments. I would like to know. So if you go into the situation, okay, and you see all these bags, you see all these bags there, which of these bags would you select? These are all bags, correct? Okay, these are all bags. But your mom says, go and get a bag from me in the room. And you go into the room and you see all these bags on the bed, on the table, you know, on the wardrobe, everywhere. Which of these bags are you going to take? So you see, a lot of people, job application is like this. Job application is just like this. And let me make it easier for you. So somebody says, I will go back and ask which particular bag to bring. So you need something in detail. You need a specific information to make a decision. Correct? So you see, that's the same thing with most recruiter. So like Uchenna said, you need more information. So that in this particular situation where your mom comes back to say like, okay, go get me the peach bag. So I'm gonna get a pointer. So you see, go get the peach handbag on the light cream table by the bed. Okay, go get the peach handbag on the light cream table by the bed. So you can see the light cream table or the brown table, okay? And you can see the peach bag directly there. So you know exactly the bag that you want to go get. Amongst all the bags that are in there, you know exactly the bag that you want to go pick. Okay? So this is how recruitment works. It's as simple as that. So it's more details, like Uche and I said. Okay? It's more detail in the sense that you need to stand out. Okay, you 100% need to stand out in every job application process. So if your mindset is when they read my CV, that's when they will know I can stand out. I can tell you for free, it's going to be difficult for you to do that. Okay, because with the 8 years, with the way AI is being used and so on and so forth, it's going to be difficult for you to just have a CV, okay, that you are using for all your job. So you have one CV that you're using to apply for data analyst, you used to apply for business analyst, you used to, it's not going to work. Okay. So you need to stand out in the job market, in today's job market. You 100% need to stand out. All right. And this is what I'm going to say. Okay. Very quickly. So you see, I did a demo earlier, okay, and I'm gonna do a quick demo again, so where I can show you everything that you need to know about how CV actually helps you stand out in the job market today. So now I'm gonna go back to a browser, to my browser. So now, take for example, we did the stuff around the NHS, okay. So let me try another job board, okay. So take for example, you're looking at getting a job with, let's say, the civil service, so civil service job, okay, civil service jobs, okay? And I'm going to use for UK. Currently in Canada, so it's giving me Canadian search. So civil service jobs in the UK. So I'm going to go to civil service, all right? And you can look for, you know, the job. Just give me a second. Okay. So civil service jobs, gov.uk. I'll send you this link after the end of the session so you can see this things yourself. So if you're looking at getting a civil service job in the UK, for example, you can come to the job board and search. And let's do a quick search. Okay. So now, even looking at becoming a data analyst, okay. So I'll just look for let me just look for the keyword analyst. Okay, so to look for any role that has the keyword analyst in it, and it will recommend you for the role. So you can see quite a number of roles in here. Okay, so you have the operations analyst role working directly with the home office. You have the office of rail and road. You have all these roles that are there. Okay, so let's just take a look at this operations analyst role. Okay, it looks good, and you want to apply for this role today. So looking at applying for this role, okay, it's a permanent role with the home office, okay, operational delivery, full time, compressed hours, so on and so forth. Salary is between 38 to 41,000 pounds. So if you're looking at sponsorship, this is a good role to consider because it's above the threshold, it's above the slightly above the minimum salary or the threshold salary for you to get sponsorship. So the role can sponsor you. The salary is good, the company also can sponsor you. That's the home office definitely can sponsor your visa. So in this kind of situation, all right, when I say stand out, what does standing out mean? Okay, so you want to apply for this role and you want to stand out. Okay, what does it mean to stand out? So now, the reason why this organization would take their time to give you a job summary, okay, is to give you information. It's like I said, you're going for an examination and you have answers to the examination. You're not required to fail. Nobody requires you to fail because you have the answers. So they've given you a job description of the company, first of all. So the job summary is with the home office, and you can see everything that you need to know about the home office in there. And they've given you the job responsibility, the key responsibility, the job description. All right. You see, work closely with project managers from early planning through to go live. Okay. Ensuring operations is involved at every stage and that supports models, acceptance criteria, handovers, and hypercare supports are clearly defined and well managed. So basically, they're telling you exactly what you need, like this role, what this role will be doing. They're telling you exactly what they're looking for. So you see, the moment you go with the mindset of when they read my CV, they will know they can infer I can do the job because you have a project management or you have a data analyst CV, for example, or a performance analyst CV. You feel like if the person reads the CV, they would know that you can do the job. That doesn't work. It doesn't work in the job market today. So if you're looking at applying for this role today, you can easily just use CV Matchly, okay, which is a Google Chrome extension. All right. By default, it will start to analyze your CV. It will start to analyze your CV. So you can see it has automatically gotten the job description. So you don't need to copy and paste the job description. You don't need to copy and paste the job description. You would have the exact score, the current score of your CV. So my current score for this CV is 48%, which is ideally not great. You want to take it above the 90%. And that's exactly what CV Matching will do for you. So if I click on optimize, okay, you see, I can generate an optimized CV, and you can see the AI suggestions, CV matchly suggestions. Let's take a look at it. So you see, I like any experience with IT operations, infrastructure monitoring, or service management, if applicable. That's the first thing. Then the second suggestion is add details about familiarity with network, operating system, middleware, and IT support. And last but not the least, include any relevant experience with incidents, problem, or service level management. So now in this kind of role, how do I apply for this role? Okay, how do I tailor my resume? So you can see if I come back to Match, you'll see the keywords that are missing. So I talked about the 8 years, focusing majorly on keywords, the format and structure of your CV, and chronology. So you see, IT operations, infrastructure monitoring, service management, networks. These are keywords from this job description, okay, that you should have on your own resume in order for you not to be weeded out by the 8 years. Okay, so in this kind of situation, how do you put all these keywords on your CV? Where do you put them? Okay. And this is the puzzle question most people have, okay, when they're looking at tailoring their resume for a job. So if I click on optimize, I can easily just generate an optimized CV. So like I said, this takes less than 20 seconds. So it's going to take a look at the job description. It's going to take a look at your CV and it's going to tailor your resume, your CV to the job description. All right, in less than 20 seconds. And you see, in just that few seconds, you see you can download the optimized CV. And let's take a look at the optimized CV. So you see, it has given you an optimized CV. Okay. And you can see this is it. Okay. So you see, result-driven IT operations analyst, okay, with extensive experience in data analysis, service management, and technology operations across diverse sectors, proven expertise in real-time monitoring, incident management, and continuous improvement. These are the things that you need to use to stand out. So you see those keywords. that you add on CV Matchly that told the key things that you need to have on your CV. Incident management, for example, has been added to your professional summary. The skills, everything that you're looking for. You can see this one collaborated with project managers and IT operation teams for project planning to go live, ensuring seamless and operational handover and robust support models. So you see, it's tailored perfectly to what the recruiter is looking for or what the organization is looking for. All right. Now, that's not all because at the end of the day, especially if you're looking at applying for jobs in today's job market, you need at least a cover letter. Okay. So in this kind of situation, when you're applying for a role with this, you can see now this role is with the Home Office. So CV Matching helps you track the roles that you're applying to. Okay, so every role that you optimize for, it will track for you. The reason why it's tracking for you is so that if in the next 2 months somebody calls you to say that, oh, we saw your application, okay, you can easily come here to look at the job description. You can easily come back to your tracker to rather than using Google Sheets to track your jobs, the jobs you apply to. CV Matchly does all the tracking for you. So you can see this is the operations analyst role that we just optimized for. This is the home office. This is with the civil service jobs. Okay. Optimization date is on the 6th of March. That's today. Okay. Now I can come to actions. Okay. And you see that this time around, you don't need a supporting document or a supporting statement. Majorly, most of the time, is only rolled with the NHS that would require you to have supporting documents. Okay, so you can see here, come here and generate a cover letter. So you see, if you need a cover letter for this role, you don't need to start disturbing yourself to figure out where you can get a cover letter. You can easily just come here to generate a cover letter. Now, does it generate a cover letter? It looks at your CV, it looks at the job description, and it comes up with a detailed, tailored cover letter for you. So now it has finished and it takes less than 20 seconds also. So I can click on view cover letter and you can see this is the cover letter for this role, the operations analyst role that we just applied to. So you see, dear hiring manager, with over a decade experience in data analytics and data engineering across several high-stake sectors such as banking, logistics, and education, I'm excited to apply for the onboarding operations analyst role at the Home Office, perfectly tailored to the role that you're looking for. So you have nothing to worry about. So basically, like I said, it's your perfect application buddy. If you're looking at getting a job, if it was the NHS, for example, you can easily come here and generate a supporting statement. So you see, it takes about 20 seconds also for you to look at your CV, look at the job description, and tailor a perfectly tailored supporting statement to your NHS application. So for people that are looking for sponsorship, people that are looking for a job, you just want to get a better job, literally CV Matchly is there to help you. Let's take a look at the supporting documents, okay? Supporting statements. So you see, supporting statement. This is for this particular role. So was the first role that we looked for, which was a project manager role. So I'm excited to apply for the EPR project manager position. Okay, with daily share support and facility services. So I'm passionate about digital transformation in healthcare and believe my extensive experience in data analysis and stakeholder engagement and project delivery can directly contribute to the success of the EPR program. So basically, this is a straight up supporting document that you can use tailored perfectly for the role that you don't need to worry about thinking about what you need to write, how you need to write it, how you need to tailor it. It does all the work for you. So that's basically what you need to do today to stand out in today's job market. Okay. So now, who got that correctly? Then just give me a thumbs up if you're with me. If you're enjoying the session so far, just give me a thumbs up. If this is exactly what you're looking for, give me a W in the chat. Let's see. W's in the chat, guys. W's in the chat. If this is exactly what you're looking for, give me W's in the chat. W's, W's, W's. Okay. It's exactly what you're looking for. Okay. Give me W's in the chat. Okay. All right. W's in the chat, guys. W's, W's. So I'm using the normal. This is the normal thing that people would say now. Um. So that's exactly what you get. Okay. So fantastic. So let's just So now let's go straight into it. Like I said, I only have about an hour, 20 minutes. Okay, ridiculously for us to be on the call. So what career paths guarantees you get a job today? Okay, so I'm not for from my own experience. I don't like wasting time, especially if you're looking at getting a job. You want to work in career paths that you know you can get a job quickly. All right. So there are some certain career paths that it's just going to be very difficult for you to get a job. It's just going to be a tad bit difficult because the opportunities are not very plenty. Okay. They're not much. So what career paths guarantees that you get a job quickly? Let's look at that in the next 10, 15 minutes. All right. So what I usually tell most people is focus on acquiring skills and experience in careers that guarantees you a job. Okay. I'll repeat it again. Focus on acquiring skills and experience in careers that guarantees you a job. So now when you merge these things together, skill, experience, career, and guarantees you a job, four things. So you have the right skills, you have the experience, you have in the career that guarantees you a job. So we're going to be looking at the future of jobs reports. Okay, we're going to be looking at the future of jobs reports. Now, what are the future of jobs reports? What does it do for you? It basically points you to jobs that are going to be in demand. Okay. Jobs that are going to be in demand. In demand in the sense that there's going to be a high number of requests for this type of roles. Okay, there's a high request for this type of roles. That's essentially the case. So when you're looking at the future of job reports, okay, it breaks it down into career paths that will grow. So you see the career paths that you have over here are career paths that will grow, and the ones that you have over here are career paths that will decline. Okay. So now, if you break it down, we're just going to break it down so you see the ones that are going to grow. Okay. So you see, the first one that you have here is big data specialist. And that basically falls into the domain of data engineering. So if you're looking at getting into data engineering, it's a high stake sector. It's a high guarantee. There's a high guarantee that you're likely going to get a job in the duration that you set for yourself. All right. Now, the next one you have is AI and machine learning specialist. So with the whole advent of AI, data science, machine learning, you see it falls into the scope of data science. So you're likely going to get a job. All right. So you see security management specialist, cybersecurity. You see data warehousing specialist, that falls into the domain of data engineering again. You see data analyst and data scientist clearly reaching out. Okay. You also see information security analyst also clearly written out. You see data engineers clearly written out. You see digital transformation specialist, process automation specialist. This all falls into the bucket of business analysis. So if you're looking at getting a job in business analyst or getting a job as a business analyst, you are on the right path. Okay. You have organization development specialist that falls into HR analyst. Okay, if you are looking at getting into HR analytics and all that, that's a very good career path also. All right. And last but not least, we have database and networking professional. Database and networking professional. So that falls into the domain of data engineering and a bit of cybersecurity. So you see, these are career paths that if you focus on, you're likely going to get a job quickly. So you have lots of data engineering, data analytics and data science, business analysis, cybersecurity, and HR analyst. But is that all? No. So we're going to look at other career paths like data analytics and data science. So you see business intelligence analyst, you see sales and marketing professional, you would see supply chain and logistics specialist. So if you're going into supply chain and logistics, you need data. If you're looking at going into marketing and sales, you need data. So you have roles like sales analyst, marketing analyst, customer insight analyst. These are all sales related roles. All right. Then you have management and organization analyst. This all falls into the domain of data analytics and data science. All right. So you see, the next one is database architect, and this falls into the role of a data engineer. And last but not the least, you have training and development specialist, which is also HR analytics. Because in order for you to design a training program for an organization, there's something we call training need analysis. So you need analytics. You need HR analytics in order for you to offer the best training, in order for you to measure training success, and so on and so forth. So there are quite a number of things that you're going to get from that. Okay. So yeah, moving on to the next thing. So like I said, focus on skills and experience in careers that guarantees you a job. Focus on this career path that you know that if you focus on this career path, you're likely going to get a job. And that's exactly what I've said to you. So you see, we looked at the future of jobs report, but we also looked at the fact that most people that are in the UK are also considering looking for sponsor jobs. All right. I'm also considering looking for sponsorship job. So you see, in this kind of situation, how do you land a sponsor job? In today's job market, you need regional analysis. So we looked at the immigration salary list. Okay. We looked at the immigration salary list. Okay. So that, the two things that you need to consider if you're looking at getting a job in the UK today, two things you need to consider is the immigration salary list and the temporary shortage list, the ISL and the TSL, temporary shortage list, and we have the immigration salary list. Okay, so I'm just going to click on the link so I can show you all these platforms so you can see. And if you fill the attendance form, so you see my colleague will be dropping the attendance form. I'll send all these links to you, all the links, from CV Matchly to all the links that we're using for today's session. I'm going to share every link to you today. So all you need to do is just fill the attendance form, please. Fill the attendance form. So I'm going to show you, let me just share my screen so I can show you all these things, okay? Um, all right, so this is the skilled work visa. This is the immigration salary list. Okay, so this is going to be looking at the threshold, salary threshold that you'll be looking at in any of the career paths that you're going into. So if you're in project management or you're going into cybersecurity or data analytics or data science, what is the least salary you need to be looking at, or what's the maximum salary? So you can see the standard rate and you can see the lower rate. So for roles like let's just say, let's just take a look at one of the roles that you have a lot of them here. So let's just look at any of the roles here, okay? All right, so you can see, I'll have to click on next and all that. So, but basically, you're looking at the standard rate and the lower rate for you to know exactly what you're looking at. All right, so you can see the one that is UK wide and you can see the one that is Scotland specific. All right, so everything is broken down here for you to know exactly the salary that you need to earn in order for you to guarantee you a sponsorship. So in the same vein, you also have the temporary shortage list. You can click on this and it takes you to the temporary shortage list. Now, with this list, it tells you the roles that the UK is prioritizing when it comes to visa sponsorship. All right. And you see all the career paths that we're going to talk about today. All right. All the career paths that we're going to be focusing with CV Matchly, data analytics, data engineering, project manager, data scientist, business analyst, and cybersecurity. I'm going to show you where they are currently on the temporary shortage list. So you know exactly that the reason why we're focusing on this career path is for the guys in the UK is so that you can get your sponsorship, so you can get a job. If you're looking at getting a job, it really doesn't matter. If you're looking for sponsorship, you're not looking for sponsorship, we will literally work with you to get a job. That's the key thing. So if it's sponsorship or not sponsorship, we work with you to get a job. So you see data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analyst, project manager, and cybersecurity. So in this kind of situation, we have everything in there. Okay. So you see, now let's take a look at some of these roles. So you have the likes of you see roles like I'm just going to search for the first one. Okay, you can see data analyst. All right, and you can see the salary threshold also. So you can see the standard rate for this particular salary for data analyst, for example, is 34,900. Okay, that's 34,900 is standard rate. So if you're looking at going into business analysis, you see the stuff around IT business analyst. I'm just gonna find it out. I'll say IT. Okay, IT business. Okay, okay. So you see IT. I'm looking for something around IT in front of it. All right. So looking at business analyst. So you see the roles like business associate now, business support officer, business. So you see business systems analyst falls into this particular category. You see the roles like that, and you see project managers also in the same vein. They're all there. Okay. So if you take your time to carefully review the projects that you have there. So this is the temporary shortage list. And you can see that this was updated on the 22nd of July 2025. So combining these things together, the future of jobs report with the regional analysis, people that are looking for sponsorship, we've decided to focus on certain career paths. So if you're looking at getting a job as a data analyst, you're looking at getting a job as a data scientist, data engineer, project manager, business analyst, cybersecurity analyst, will work with you. Like CV Matthew will literally work with you until you get a job. Okay. So it might not be a sponsored job, or if you're looking at focusing on just sponsored job, we'll work with you. But the key thing is, I'll talk about that in a few minutes, but we'll work with you till you get a job. Long story short. So if you're looking for a job in today's job market, what do you need? You need a good CV, you need a good LinkedIn profile, you need to tailor your CV to every job post that you apply to. You need quality volume. So not just volume, go to easy apply and keep clicking on easy apply, not that kind of volume. You need quality volume. So quality job application and the volume. And that's exactly what CV Battery does for you, helping you tailor your resume to every job that you want to apply to. And last but not the least, interview preparation. So when you combine all these things together, a good CV, a good LinkedIn profile, you're tailoring your resume for every job that you put out there. You are doing everything, quality volume, okay? And at the end of the day, you need interviews. We would also prep you for those interviews. And that's how you guarantee your job. So you can see where you're starting from, looking for a job. You need a great CV, check. You need a LinkedIn profile optimized, check. Tailoring your CV, check. Quality volume of applications, check. Last but not the least, interview preparation, check. You're likely going to get a job. Okay, so when you look at all these things together, that's exactly what CV matching is going to do for you. So when you're looking at every great CV today, there are five things that makes up every great CV. Professional summary, core skills, technical skills, professional experience, and relevant project and internship experience. So you see, these are the five core things that make up every great CV. The professional summary, core skills, technical skills, professional experience, and all that. So I see a lot of people saying that, okay, if a man I'm currently working in the care space, how do I translate my experience from care or my past experience into the career path I want to go into? That's exactly what we do for you. Okay. So it's a no fluff. It's a guaranteed one-on-one, working relationship where we work with you, okay, revamp your past experience into the career path that you want to go into. So, oh, if you mean I don't have any experience, I've been learning, I've done certificates, I've done this, I've done that, but you're still struggling to get to the job. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to work with you. We want to ensure that you get more interviews to get a job. That's exactly what you do today. So how many things do you think a recruiter needs for you in order for you, okay, for you to get a job? How many things do you think a recruiter needs from you? Okay. There are only two things. They need the skills. Okay. They need the skills. So if you're a data analytics, what skills do you have as a data analyst? If you're looking at data science, what skills do you have as a data scientist? If you're looking at data engineering, what skills, what projects have you worked on? All right. If you're going into business analysis, what skills do you have? Same thing with cybersecurity, same thing with project management. Now you merge it with experience, okay, and you are competent enough to get in the job. Okay. So the two things that the recruiter needs from you is skills and experience. And this must show in your CV. So when you're applying for a role, your skills and your experience must show in your CV in order for you to get a job. So you need to showcase that you are competent enough to get to this job. So like I said, even if you're the attendance, I'll send you the materials, all the links, all the videos, everything, the recording of today's session, so you can get access to it. So the skills and experience, you need to do all these things in order for you to be able to get in a job. And that's exactly what you do. So if a man, are you sure about the skills? 100%. If a man, are you sure that if I focus on data analytics, I'll get a job? Yes. If a man, if I focus on cybersecurity, will I be able to get a job? 100% yes. And let's do a quick run. Let's do a quick roll. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the job board and I'm gonna show you some things. Okay. I like to show so you see for yourself. So if I'm looking for a job today and I'm going into the role of a business analyst, for example. All right. So I can come to a job board and search for business analyst. Okay. And when I search for the keyword business analyst, okay, I'm going to close this so that I business analyst and I search for the role of a business analyst, you see promoted. Okay. You see some roles. Okay. So you see 1,500 business analyst jobs are currently available. Now, a lot of people would think that this is the only jobs that are available for business analysts. That's not the case. So now let's just scroll down a little bit and you see date posted. Now click the drop down, okay, and you see today 88 jobs were posted today. In the last 3 days, 333 jobs were posted. Now, how many jobs can you apply to in a day? Can you apply to 88 jobs in a day? Most likely, no. Maximum you can even do in some cases is 10. So you only need to apply to about 10 of these roles. For example, in the last 3 days, 333. In the last week, 485 jobs were posted. Now let's break it down a little bit better. Okay. Can you only work as a business analyst? No. You could also work as a business data analyst. Now, as a business data analyst, you're opening yourself up to 2,500 more jobs that you can apply to. And this is what I'm talking about in demand, meaning that you have the skills, you have the experience, and you're looking for a job and can't get a job. There's a demand for these roles. Okay, these are an additional 2,500 to the initial 1,600 plus that we saw. Now let's break it this one by day. Day posted, 94 were posted today. Okay, in the last 3 days, 430 were posted, and the last week, 760 were posted. Now, is this the only job that you can do? No, you still have what we call a process analyst. Okay, a process analyst. Now, a process analyst, you still have 2,433 jobs that you can apply to. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, as a process analyst, take for example, I want to apply for the ones that came out today. In most cases, you have 107 that were posted today. 107 jobs, process analysts that were posted today. So let's take a look at this particular one. This was posted 1 hour ago. This is a business analyst role, but the focus will be on process. Okay, so you see, proven experience in business analysis or process improvement. Now, I want to apply for this role. What would I do? I'll come to CV Matchly, and you can see this has been extracted already. Okay, you can see this has been extracted already. Everything about the job has been extracted, and now this my CV is 62% match. I'll just come here, optimize, and I'll generate optimize CV, and it will do all the work for me. So I want to apply for this role. That's exactly what CV Matching will do for me, helping me, achieve success very quickly, very fast. And again, I can go ahead to apply for the role and do all the things I need to do. All right, perfectly tailored resume on demand in less than 20 seconds. That's exactly what you're looking for. So now, and you remember, this will be all be tracked using, CV Matchly. Okay. Now that's exactly what you do. Okay. So you see, just for the one career path, which is the role of a business analyst, there's so many roles you can do the same, you can apply to. The same thing applies to most of the career paths that you're looking at getting into. The same thing with data analytics. So if you're looking at data analyst, you have the role of a data analyst. I'm going to remove today alone. All right. So you see, in the role of a data analyst, you have 2,800 jobs that were posted that were posted. All right. If you break it down on a daily basis, 107 were posted today. Can you only work as a data analyst? No. There is also things that you call, you have the roles of a customer insight analyst, customer analyst. Okay. So when you look for the keyword customer analyst, you see you have an additional 1,400 roles that you can apply to. Now, 1,400 roles, you break it down into 120 today, 343 in the last 3 days, and 519 in last week. So when you look at all this together, there is no way you have the skills and experience that you should be struggling to get in a job. Same thing, cybersecurity. A lot of people will go there and search for cybersecurity. Okay, cybersecurity. You're looking at getting a job in cybersecurity. Okay, all right. So in cybersecurity, you have 776, and a lot of people say that is not enough. That's not a lot of roles. But now, if I search for other work, can you only work as a cybersecurity analyst or auditor or all that? No, you could also apply for what we call SOC analyst. Okay, SOC analyst. Okay, you can look at SOC analyst. You can look at the same thing when you're looking at SOC analyst. You can look at the roles in what do you call it? Security operations. Okay, security operations is not security. Okay, security. Yes. security operations. Okay. Now you're looking at security operations that covers security operations center. It covers everything in cybersecurity, some critical area. You also have threat intelligence. Okay. Okay. So threat intelligence. Okay. You're looking at threat intelligence, or you're looking at the rules like in compliance. Okay. All right. Compliance. Okay. Okay. You're looking at the rules. Sorry, what am I saying? Why is it not? Okay, so you're looking at the rules in compliance and you're getting over 24,000 roles in compliance. You're looking at the rules in risk and you're looking at getting about 13,000 roles in risk. You're looking at, so if you're looking at going into governance, risk, compliance, and all those things, all right, you have another 5,000 across governance, okay? Same thing with ethical hacking. You can see, you go into hacking, for example, look for the keyword hacking, okay, and you can get into roles like, training certified ethical hacker, ethical hacking, junior analyst, and so on and so forth. So you see, the roles across this career path, when we're saying that we work with you because these are in-demand career paths, this is exactly what we refer to. So if you're looking at getting a job in any of these career paths, we would work with you. Okay, we want to work with you. Not that we will work with you. We want to work with you. We want you to get a job. That's exactly what we want to do. All right. So I can still actually help you. So I've done enough demo for you today. Okay, but I can still take our time to do more demos for you. All right. So what we're doing is we're building a accelerator program. So job accelerator program that we're community rather. Okay, it's a community where we work with people that are looking at getting a job, and we give you 6 months access to CV Matchly. Okay. And now the give thing about 6 months access to CV Matchly, that's not all you're gonna get. We're gonna help you review your CV. Okay. So if you're currently getting rejection emails or you're not getting past the first level interview or you're some we'll work with you. We want to work with you. Okay. So one-on-one CV review and CV revamp will also help you with LinkedIn optimization. Okay. We'll also show you how to navigate the job market. So if you're looking at getting a job as a project manager, what type of job roles should you focus on? Okay, so like I did with the role of a business analyst, cybersecurity analyst, and the rest of them. All right, how do you navigate the job market? What job board should you work with if you're looking at getting a job in the UK or looking at getting a sponsored job or whatever the case might be? They would work with you to get that done. Guaranteed interviews. Okay, so the key thing here is we want to guarantee that we're going to get you interviews. All right, we want to guarantee that if you work with us, you come into this community, you are going to be getting more interviews than you ever did. And that's exactly our guarantees for you. Last but not the least is interview preparation. So with the more interviews you're going to be getting, the more we are going to prep you for interviews. And if you prep you for interviews, you are likely going to get the job. Okay, you're likely going to get a job. Okay, with our interview preparation tactics and the way we interview you, prep you for those interviews, you are likely going to get a job. So you see, it's only limited to the first 10 people, okay? It's not open to everybody, okay? Because, I mean, if we're going to guarantee you all the one-on-one services, all the LinkedIn optimization, all the one-on-one LinkedIn, one-on-one CV, interview preparation, we're not going to be working with a lot of people. So it's limited to the first 10 people that are willing to get started and it's going to be closed, okay? We're not going to be taking in anybody else apart from the first 10 people to register. So essentially, it's $90 or £90 in this case. Okay. So it's £90 if you're looking at getting started. So if you're looking at getting started, all you need to do today, I'm just going to share my screen so you can see everything in there. Okay. So if you're looking at getting started, it's going to be two installments of £90. Okay, if you're looking at getting started, it's just going to be uh, £90. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and walk you through how you can secure your spots now. Okay, just give me a second. I'm just going to do that right now. Okay. Okay, so if you're looking at getting started, all you need to do today is get £90. It's on the screen in the next 2 seconds. Okay, so We would help you out with everything that you need in order for you to get a job. Every single thing that you need in order for you to get a job. That's exactly what we want to help you with. Okay, so all you need to do today is let me send you the link. The link it's on the group. Let me just share to your screen. Oh, I just screen share screen. I can look into it real quick. Cool. Okay, so all you need to do, I'm gonna take the link and I'm gonna share it to the group chats right now. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Okay. So I'm going to send the link to the chat. Okay, so that's the link for if you want to secure sport as quick as possible. We're only taking 10 people. All right. So once we get to 10 people, you would see that the claim your spot has blurred out and you won't be able to speak your spot anymore. So you see there, limited slots are available. So please, and that's why it's blinking to count. Yeah, it's taking in the only 10 people that we're going to be bringing in. So it's a 6 month accelerator program, 6 months community program where you be with us and work with you to guarantee you more interviews, guarantee you more roles. Okay. Basically help you to get that job that you're looking for. So a year from now, you would either be in a better role or you still be telling yourself, am I not trying? I think I'm trying my best. Okay. So we want you to stop saying you will try your best and actually try your best and help you in getting that dream job that you're looking for. So essentially that's the case. So I mean, it's a £90 if you're paying in two installments, £90 per month for 2 months. Okay, that's all you need to get started today to get into the community. Or you can do a one-time payment of £130. So you're going to be saving an extra, about £50. Okay, you're going to be saving another about £50. So the original fee itself for most people it's £250. So we're doing this only first 10 people to get started discount. We're only doing for the first 10. If you want to register after the first 10, you're likely going to pay £250. Okay, so that's exactly what we're doing. So it's a 6 month access to CV Matching. We don't want you to give you 1 year access to CV Matching. We want to give you 6 months and even less than 6 months so that you can get a job as quick as possible. All right. The faster you are to get a job, the faster it is. Okay. So please, it's not that you're going to be with us for 6 months. No, we don't want you to. We're giving you 6 months, worst case scenario. Okay. And even after the 6 months, you can't get a job. We guarantee that we're going to continue to work with you until you get a job. Okay. That's the guarantee that we have with you for you. So you're saving £120 if you go with a one-time payment, but if you go with installment payment, it's £180. So it means that you'll be saving about still over £100, or maybe £90, if I'll say. So all you need to do is claim your spot. It takes you down to the bottom, and you see you can pay in full, okay, for the 6 months plan for £130. And if you're doing two monthly installments, it is £90. So you're getting the same thing. It's just that if you're doing two monthly installments, you're getting £90 and you're paying two installments, that's 180. Or if you're doing one time, it is £130. So if you click on get started, all you need to do is put in your information. So I'm gonna put in my information in here and I'm going to all right, put in a phone number, just put in a phone number, okay? And I'll put in a password. You can type in any password you want, but just remember the password. So I'll just put in the password. Okay. Okay. And I'll click to continue to secure sports. Okay. So click on continue to secure sports and it takes you straight to CV Matchly. Okay. So you'll have £130 in there. And all you need to do today is put in your card information and make your payment. So this is Stripe. So you can either pay with link, okay, or you can pay directly to using your card details and you put in the card details, click on pay, and you can go ahead to make a payment to secure the sports. So your sports, yeah, in today's session. So just to reiterate, it's for the first time people. What you're getting is 6 month access to CV Matchly, one-on-one CV review, one-on-one LinkedIn optimization, how to navigate the job market in those career paths. So if you're looking at getting a job in data analytics, data science, data engineering, cybersecurity, um, financial analytics, anything analytical would work with you to get a job, and that's exactly what you do. Interview preparation, personalized feedback for your application process and all that, and lifetime support. I mean, if after the 6 months you are unable to get a job, we will continue to work with you until you get a job at no cost. That's what we can guarantee. That's our guarantee for you. So if you're looking at getting started, just click on the link I've sent to the group. Okay. And all you need to do is get started now. Click on get started and secure your spot as soon as possible. All right. So 180 pounds is total. Yes. Well, yes and no, in the sense that it is, you don't need one, that's 90 pounds for 2 months in installments. And after any other payments after, no. So it's just, those are the payments you need for 6 months. So you're not paying for any other thing, okay, within the program. So you're paying for nothing else. So in order for you to get started, get into the Job Accelerator community, all you need to pay today is 90 pounds, either paying 2 installments, or if you're doing a one-time payment, is 120 pounds for 6 months. You're not paying anything else. We don't need any money from you. Okay? That's what I'm saying to you today. All right. So that's exactly what we're saying today. So the basic plan for series is 12 pounds. Is it monthly, annually? Okay. So that's even doing a monthly, even doing a monthly plan. Okay. That is not the community. That's something you need to know. It's not part of the community. You're not part of the community. You're paying that on your own to use CV Matching for your own day-to-day operations. Okay. So if you go to CV Matching and you go to pricing, okay, you would see the pricing there, and that's what you pay monthly or subscription base. So we have the paid community, we have those people that are going using those they paid the CV marketing for their own optimization and all that. That's what you get for that, okay? But on the other hand, this is for the community, the job community itself. So that's exactly what we're looking at. If I have 10 interviews, who will prepare me for the 10 interviews back to back to back, or 10 interviews in the same day? If you have 10 interviews in the same day, it's likely going to be within the same career path. You won't, I mean, it's if you are in data, all your career 10 interviews is going to be within data. So that's not a problem at all. We have people that will prepare you for those roles, okay? Do you offer Canada job application services? Yeah, you can join. We will work with you. Even in Canada, it really doesn't matter. We'll work with you. Okay. So, but yeah, we'll work with you even if you're in Canada. We are focused on the UK because of sponsorship and people that are looking at getting sponsored jobs in the UK. But I mean, even in Canada, I would accept. We'll work with you. I'm based in Canada, so I understand the Canadian job market. Even looking at getting a job in the US, it's the same thing. Why is the camera so blurry? Okay. I'm not sure if you can see me well. My camera looks so blurry. Just noticing. All right. So essentially, that will work with you. Long story short. So even in Canada, it doesn't matter. It's not location specific. So as long as you're looking for a job, we'll work with you to get a job. All right. So that's essentially the case. So like I said, I'm just gonna do one more demo. Do you apply for the job for me, Samuel? Imagine. No, we don't apply for the jobs for you. We don't apply for the jobs for you. We wouldn't be charging you £130 to do all your job applications for you. All right, we're doing all the work for you. Okay, we're doing almost all the work already. Won't everyone see will be sounding the same? No, 100% no. 100% no. So let me just explain it again one more time. Okay. So the civics can never sound the same way. It's impossible. All right. So take, for example, I am currently looking at, let's say I'm working with 10 data analysts. Now, 10 data analysts don't have the same experience. Okay. So you worked in the hospital. Then after working in the hospital, you worked in customer service. From customer service, you go into the bank. The other person did not go through that same trajectory that you went through. Okay. Another person was start as the customer service representative and got a job after that, worked, went into entrepreneurship. From entrepreneurship, moved to the UK, currently working in care. You cannot have the same, 70 people cannot have the same experience. It's impossible. Okay. So your CV can never sound the same way. It's impossible. So that cannot is technically impossible. Let me just put it that way. All right, it's technically impossible for you to sound the same way. All right, so that's essentially the case. So it's impossible for you to sound the same way. I think that's answered the question. All right, so let me just see if I can get more questions in here real quick. So let me see. All right, so I have How about jobs in healthcare? So, are you looking for jobs in healthcare? That's the question I want to ask. I'm not sure if you're looking to landing a job in the healthcare space, but if you're looking at landing a job in the career paths that we talked about, yes, 100%. Okay. So, for the question that came, let me just answer Zeno's question, but not Zeno this time around. Would you be applying for the jobs for you? Let me just show you what you get from joining CV Matchly. All right. I'll do a last demo so you get to see. So, take for example, you're looking at landing a job. Let me just use my initial one. Okay. So you're looking at landing a job either with the Home Office, okay? You're looking for a job essentially with the Home Office or any of these jobs. Let me just look for civil service jobs again, okay? Civil. Okay, so I'm going to go to the first civil service jobs, or let's go to the NHS, for example. I'm going to go back a little bit. So, and I can look for other roles, like even a business systems analyst, for example, or a business analyst. I'll just look for the keyword analyst and, you know, words will come out. So you see this one now, change analyst. Change analyst is a business analyst. So if I look at this, the salary is not as high as I want it to be. So you want to get something above a 38,000 pounds, okay, per annum. So you're going to keep looking till you get a 38,000 pounds. So you see, business analyst, there's no salary specification for this particular one, but let's take a look at this. So what you're going to be getting the 6 months is full access to CV matching. CV matching, full access to CV matching, interview preparation. So you want to apply for this role, you basically it builds your CV for you. So based on your past experiences, based on what you've done before, it's going to tailor your resume to the job description. So Zeno that had the concern of won't all our CVs look the same way? It can never be the case because everybody would have different experiences. Everybody did not work in the same organization as you did. Even if the person worked in the bank, what you did in the bank and what the other person or what six other people did in the bank can never be the same thing. All right. So what it's going to be doing is what we're going to do is with the access to CV Match Fee, you'll be able to generally optimize your CV in a faster period of time, giving you access to the job, to CV Match, to using CV Match for your job application and so on and so forth. So all you need to do is download the personalized statement, download the optimized CV, and you have access to the CV. Now, for most applications, once you move to track, okay, so most application will take you to track for you to apply, especially on NHS, you have to apply on the track website, but you have your CV already. So most applications would need you to have what they call it, a cover letter, not just a cover letter, but a supporting document. All right. So for most NHS applications, so you see that this is with NHS, okay, NHS jobs, and you see actions, you see you can generate a supporting document. So you get access to quick delivery in terms of your CV optimization, cover letter optimization, supporting document statement build up, and every other support that you need in order for you to get a job. So just take CV Matchly as your job application buddy, a company or a person that is literally there to hold your hand and guide you through what you need to add in order for you to get a job. That's exactly what you need to use CV Matching for. So I hope that answers your question. I hope that answers the question. So remember, we're only taking the first 10 people. We're only taking 10 people so that we can provide as much tailored services to you. Um, I hope that answers the question. Want everyone look at I have beginner knowledge in SQL and Power BI and Excel. No job experience. Can you help me? At this date, yes, we can work with you. But you still need to do a bit more work with, doing we will give you some projects to work on. So just to build up your experience, we'll work with you 100%. Yes. It's only if you're not very good in many of those things, then it's just the interviews will just be very difficult for you to bypass because that's the reason why they are interviews so that they can checkmate your experiences. But we'll work with you 100%. You have nothing to worry about. How about job roles in healthcare? Yes. So if you're looking at healthcare analyst roles, healthcare, or you're looking at bioinformatics analytics, as long as you have the skills, you have the experience in order for you to go into whatever analytical or tech related roles in healthcare, then we can work with you. Can you help me with computer applications? 100%. Yes, it would help you work with you in Canada. It doesn't matter. With this accelerator support with reference, please. No, unfortunately. Okay, so because CV Matchly is not a job platform, or it's not an internship platform or a work experience platform. It's going to be difficult for us to provide you with work reference. Okay, it's going to be difficult for us to provide you with work reference, but we'll provide you with every other thing that you need in order for you to get a job. Okay. What of recruiters that use systems to detect AI? So, I mean, those are AI generated content. Okay. So what we have here is not AI generated. Okay. It's AI enhanced. So the reason why we're going to do a CV review for you, okay, so that we can review your CV, okay, and have a standard CV for yourself. Now, this standard CV is what the AI is going to enhance, not build for you. So if you're looking at most AI generated content, it's AI would hallucinate some experiences for you. Okay, so hallucinate in the sense that it's just going to be coming up with things that didn't exist or doesn't exist. It's just going to come up with it. So it's those hallucinations that the AI tools will be able to detect efficiently. All right, but it's not going to be looking at something that was enhanced with AI. So that's basically what we're talking about. Okay, so I'm looking for a job in healthcare. I don't know what kind of healthcare are you looking at? Are you looking for a job as a care support worker? Okay, if you're looking at that, we can also help you. Okay, it's to help you build your resume, your experience, and everything to help you get the job that you're looking for. So if that's what you're looking for, also, so that's it. I've been in the healthcare for 4 years in the UK without affecting my transitioning. We need to look at your past experiences, but we'll work with you. Okay, it really doesn't affect. Okay, but there are ways we can help you, especially if you're working in healthcare. I would just say you should focus majorly on the NHS jobs. Okay, because you can easily translate your healthcare experience into NHS, into the NHS space. One of the people I worked with this week got a job as a cybersecurity professional. Guess what? The person was working as was a healthcare worker also, but currently works as a cybersecurity specialist. So yes, we'll work with you 100% of the way. Did you upload your CV first? Yes, you would have to upload your CV first. Okay, so if you're looking at applying for a role, you need to upload your CV first, 100%. So I have my CV there. I could remove my CV. Okay, so I can show you how to do that very quickly. I'm going to be stopping very soon so that we can take some questions and call it a day. All right. So if I want to apply, if there's no CV there, nothing would happen. So I would need to click on upload my CV, go to where I have my CV, upload the test CV that I have there, then it's going to analyze the CV. Okay. So you see, that's exactly where the case is. So you need to upload your CV to get access to it. Um, if I use CV Matchly to apply for 10 jobs, how many will lead to interviews from my experience? 10 over 10 and 1 over 10. Oh, fantastic. Very good question. So we have high conversion rates. So we're currently sitting above 60%. So you should be getting above 6 rows that are good. As long as you follow through with all the things that we're going to do for you, you should be getting at least 5 to 6 rows out of the 10 rows that you're going to apply to. So we're currently sitting about 60% in terms of job application rate. So that's where we are at this point in time. And the way it breakdown is you apply for 10 roles, you get 6 interviews. Then out of those 6 interviews, you are likely going to land at least one. Okay. But we usually increase the buffer to apply to us more in a week. If you can apply to at least 5 jobs every day, okay, at the end of the week, you would have applied to 35 roles, okay, giving you room for more interviews, okay, more interviews, the more interviews you have, the more likely you're going to get in a job. So that's exactly what you have. How can I subscribe to the $12 plan? Okay, fantastic. So all you need to do is just go to the website, cbmatrix.ai. Okay, just go to the website. You'll see pricing. Okay, you see pricing. You can scroll down and you see the 1250. So this is you. This is not you part of. You won't get into the community if you do this. You will just have access to CB Matrix for your own use and nothing else. Okay, so that's something you can also try out. So if you're looking at testing this out to see for yourself, okay, then go ahead to do it. You'll get some level of support, but not as detailed as what you will get in the community. So we're not going to help you review your CV, interview prep you, and all that. Those will be done, on your own case. Okay. So I hope that answers your question. But yeah, if you're looking at getting into community, I'm gonna drop the link one more time so you can get access to everything that we're talking about today. All right. So please, those already registered with analytics, I hope they will get the same assistance in CV match in CV match. So this is CV matchly. Analytics, we already have we have a collaboration with analytics, for example. So yes, you will get access to the tools, the support, everything that analytics is provided to you would be provided to you 100%. Okay, so you have access to it, so you have nothing to worry about. I'm still struggling to get the supporting document. How do I go about it? Don't worry. I mean, that's exactly what you're here with us. So if you're looking for roles that are in the NHS, you will need a supporting document for your job application process. So we help you to generate that. Okay. So based on your CV, based on your job description, we help you come up with a supporting document. Okay. So I'm the healthcare assistant, but I'm trying to get COS job in Glasgow. Can you help me? It depends if you have experiences in any of the career paths that we talked about today. So even looking at getting if you have any form of experience in data analytics, data science, data engineering, or you've done some form of training, and all that in those career paths, we will work with you. We want to work with you. That's exactly what we're talking about. We want to work with you. So we data from data analyst to data scientist to data engineering to business analyst to project manager, to even any of this career path. So even in healthcare space, and you're looking at getting into any of this career path, we will work with you to get a job in Glasgow. But if you're just looking at getting any job, you don't have any experience, you don't have any training, you have nothing, it's going to be difficult to work with you. Do you get me? So you need to have something for us to work with. Okay. I just paid the full amount. I'm seeing 100 senior reviews. No, it's not 100. So it's optimized for the guys in the community. You're going to get an upgrade. Okay. So once you get started, okay, you'll get an upgrade to Infinity. You get full access to everything. You get more than 100 in a month. All right. So, Kende, thank you very much for trusting us. We'll work with you 100%. So a member of the team will reach out to you. Today is Friday. This is a bit late in Friday. So first thing on Monday, somebody will reach out to you to discuss with you. Myself also included will get to talk to you by Monday. So we know exactly how to position you better. All right. So just to wrap it up, guys, thank you so much for joining today's session. I had a wonderful time. I want to believe you had a wonderful time also. We have the skills, experience, competence, and even looking at getting started. We're only working with the first time people. We want to work with you to get a job, long story short. So even looking at getting started, either you pay your £90 or you pay £130 one time payment to get you started. So looking forward to working with you and thank you for joining today's session. So I'll just spend a few more minutes. Just give me a second, some presenting so I can take some questions and answers, then we can call it a day. All right, so I'll give people the opportunity to unmute themselves. So I'll just take, if you raise up your hand, I will give you access to speak. So just raise up your hand so you can ask your questions directly, and I'll be happy to answer your question. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Anybody wants to ask any question? You can raise up your hand. Okay, I can see for Flourish. Yes, for Flourish, you can ask your question. You can go ahead. Can you unmute yourself, for Flourish? Okay. Seems like you are finding it difficult to unmute yourself. So let me just. Okay. So it seems like I've taken everybody's questions in the chat. How do I generate the supporting documents in CV Match Me? Okay. So you need to be a paid user to get access to that, Fabian. It's not free. It's not a free access, okay? So once you create an account, you make your payments, you get access. On CV Matchly on your dashboard is where you get to get access to creating that supporting document. Okay? That's where you get access to getting paying the supporting, get access to creating or generating the supporting document. All right.
Hi,
So it's
Efe.
Fabian.
Um,
I was expecting him. Hey, how are you?
yes, you're expecting my husband, but I'm during October cohort.
Oh, yeah,
So my
okay. Good to have you here then.
yeah, thank you. He wanted to join for data analysis. So that's why whenever he sees anything you post, he always joins. Why I why
Okay.
I already have the CV Matchly because I paid for it during is it Brownell? There was a time you guys taught us as regards the CV Matchly, and
Okay.
I paid for the basic. So, well, he was just telling me now as regards how to generate the cover letter and how to generate the supporting document. I wasn't aware of that. I was only just optimizing my CV. But we've seen
Mm.
where to generate the cover letter, but we can't find where to generate the supporting document.
Okay. Do you still have access to the paid platform?
Yeah, I do till October
Okay.
2026.
Oh, okay.
Till
Fantastic.
November
So,
2026, yeah.
all right, perfect. So all you need to do is go to your account, your dashboard. It's only specific to NHS application because it's only the NHS that requires you to have supporting documents. So
All
if you go
right.
to if you optimize an NHS job, you'll see that
Okay.
would automatically be added to the list of actions you can do. Okay, so
Okay.
let me just show you one more time so it's easy for you to know exactly how to go about this. All right,
Yeah,
so
thank
let
you.
me just yeah, no problem at all. All right. So you're using the platform, it works well for you, correct? So as
Yeah,
long as it
it
works
does.
well, uh, great stuff. So let's see. So let's take for example, what career path are you looking at getting into?
Project management.
Okay, so let's just look at project manager roles in the NHS. Let's see opportunities out. You have over 9,000 roles at the moment. That's massive. All right. So if you're looking at let's say this senior project manager, you sound like a senior project manager. So let's take a look at this opportunity. So now this is the role. All you need to do is come here and click on optimize. Okay, let's do the analysis first of all. It's going to analyze and okay, sorry, let me just use my account. Okay, and just copy that link. Okay, so come here. All right, so to come here and click on analyze, it does the analysis and does all the stuff, what is good, what is bad, what's missing. It's gonna do all that stuff for me to get the drift. To do the 12%, that's terrible. So I'm gonna click on optimize and generate optimized CV. While that is coming up, I'm gonna come here to search for my CV matching dashboard. So all you need to do is go to your dashboard. You'll get access to your dashboard, go to CV optimizations. Just give me a second. Let me confirm the account I'm using for this. Okay, so I'm just going to log out of this one. Okay, sign out. Are you? Okay, let's just open. Oh, okay. I think I've forgotten my password for this one. I'll just.
Efe, it's not showing
Yes.
anything. You're just stuck.
Oh, okay, I'm just stuck. Okay, give me a second. I think I'm sharing just a tab. So let me show you everything real quick. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Kind of just 1 second, sorry about this. Okay, so I'm sharing the time actually. Let me just show the entire screen so it's easy for me to navigate everywhere. All right, so if you come to the job board, I'm looking at that senior project manager role. So I'm going to go to CV Matchly, okay, and I can click on analyze. I need to analyze the job description, okay. We get the drift. So it's going to give you what is missing and what's not missing, missing keywords and matched keyword. Click on optimize, and I'm going to generate an optimized CV. This is specific to NHS applications, okay. So if you're if you're looking at getting a job within the NHS, like I said, you need supporting documents, okay? Especially when you get to the track website where you get to upload your resume, fill in the form, and all that. So once you optimize your CV, or you come to your dashboard, okay. Just give me a second. Okay, let me just sign in real quick. Okay, so come to CV Matchly. So you see, this is the senior project manager role I just applied for. So on your own dashboard, you would see the moment the system can get to see that it's an NHS website job, okay, that's when it will be activated. That's when you see generate supporting documents in the actions. But if
All
it's not
right.
there, you won't get to see it. So if it's another job entirely, so if I go to read.school.uk and I optimize this data engineering job for examples, the cybersecurity engineering role. Click on analyze, it's currently analyzing. I click on optimize. Okay, I generate optimized CV. All right. If I go to my dashboard after I check it out, just give it a second. Okay, you'll find that this would not showcase. This will not show because it's not an NHS job. Okay, so if I come to CV Match Lead now, I refresh. All right, you say this is coming from Read. Okay, and you can see the name of the company, you can see the name of the job, actions. You see it's not going to be there. So it's only when it notices an NHS job that you get to see that. All right.
Yeah,
So
thank you
basically,
so much, Efe.
appreciate it. So this particular feature wasn't there before, but people in the acceleration community at the moment requested for that, and we added it to the group in less than a day or thereabouts. So it's those are the things that we're doing currently to see how we can help you land a job in today's job market. So we're constantly innovating, constantly building, constantly checkmating to see how we can help people get more opportunities. So Queen, uh, I think I'll soon be done. I thought I was going to do this in an hour. Now I've done an hour, 51 minutes. Okay. Yes, Queen, Oji, do you want to go ahead? Is it OG or Oji? I'm not sure now. Queen, if you're mute, I know you're muted yourself, but I can't hear you. I can't seem to hear you at all. Okay, I can't hear you, Queen, at all. For Lauren Shaw, I don't know if you can unmute yourself again. But yeah, I think that's just about it. How do I do? Okay, yes, I think I've answered that question again. How do I generate this? I don't think, okay, you're showing the right screen. Okay, all right. Thank you very much, guys. This is what we're going to call it today. So if you feel the attendance form, you get access to the recording of the session.
Hello,
You
can you
would
hear
also,
me?
oh, Queen, how are you? Yes, I can hear
Oh,
you now.
finally, yeah. Right, Ife,
Awesome.
just a very quick question on the CV Matchly. I think that's what I'm actually really interested in. Is that
Okay.
tailored to the roles that you've spoken about, or is that applicable to all roles?
All roles.
All
Okay,
roles. Okay.
so it's all roles. So we only want within the community, we want to focus on this career path because uh, it's it's just a career path that we know that if we work with you fast, we can easily help you
Mm,
get a job. But I
okay.
mean, it works with any role. Okay, so
Okay.
anybody,
Oh,
I mean, we have people that are currently in the construction space using the platform, people in people that are not even technical that are using the platform. So people, bankers, people looking at getting into investment banking, people using, we have different career paths using it, but we just, for the community, it's majorly just focused on those career paths because most
okay.
times people are just looking at getting a job quick, and that's
Yeah.
what we started with. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Understood. Understood. Yeah. I'm in the cloud
Awesome.
space, so I've just been finding it very hard to get a job lately, and like what it
So what
was
cloud
a
are you
couple of
looking at?
years. I'm a multi-cloud architect, so I'm just looking for my next role. It used to be a lot easier years ago,
Okay.
but now I think a lot of people are using AI and stuff to apply for jobs, and I actually fall into that category of using just one CV and expecting that recruiters would actually read my CV to look at my experience
Yeah.
to take me to the next level. But I think with this one, I just realized that I've not been getting calls.
So when you
So
say cloud, is it it falls into when you're looking at cloud today, is it that you're in data engineering or you're in DevOps or you are a cloud architect or a solutions architect? So
that's what I
which of
am.
these buckets?
I'm a
Solutions
multi-cloud.
architect.
Multi-cloud
Okay.
architect, yes, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, that still falls into the domain what we're going to help you with. So, what we're just going to do is, understand your experience, understand where you're coming from, and build
Mm-hmm.
you a guide towards what we need you to do. All right. So, when you're looking at cloud today, it falls into different spectrums. Okay. What roles can you apply to? What kind of organization should you apply to? What should you target? Where should you apply? When should you apply? Those are the things that we understand. So, take for example, let me just do a quick one for you, just because of the question. It's a very unique question, so let's take a look at it. Let's just, I've not done anything now. I've not searched before this call, but let's just take a look at roles, okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Just for this particular role, I want to try out something else. I want to try out another job board, okay? So just give me a second. I want to change my location, okay?
Okay. All right.
And some of the job boards are very specific to the UK. So, what,
Correct. Yes.
yeah, let me just, all right. So you guys do not know that. I want to change. I want to take a flight to London. Okay. So just permit me. Where is, okay, let me see. Let me just permit me. Let me just move to the screen where I can show in a second. So I want to I want to relocate. Basically, I want to come and be. Are you in London? Where are you, Queen?
I'm outside London. I'm in Peterborough.
Okay, so I want to come to London so I can be close to you at least so I can get to see better. So someone, like I said, and like you rightly said, I'm currently in Canada, so there won't be any access to job boards. So I just want to quickly do that real quick. So I've changed my location, so I just want to be. I'm going to show my screen again. All right, so let's do a quick search. Okay, so one of the major places where I like to, especially for people like you have experience, so I would most likely not use the
Job
conventional
serve.
one.
Yeah.
I'll use job search, for example, to search for. It's a bit more specialized in terms of roles that you're looking at. So in this kind of situation, I'll just let me just look for cloud first off and see exactly what pops up. So yours, are you looking at one particular cloud service? AWS, GCP, Azure, which
I'm
of the,
more AWS and GCP. So, like I said, I could work easily in any of those platforms.
but it's majorly design. You don't do anything security
No, just I
wise.
don't do hands-on. I do security because it's kind of like an end-to-end solution. So you're looking at security as well as one of the pillars for architecting a solution.
Okay.
So I could do AWS security architect, GCP security architect, but then it's kind of like in the cloud as well.
Okay. All right. That's fine. So yeah, I get what you mean. Okay. So in terms of this now, take for example this particular role. Would you be able to do this kind of role? But anyways, I'll need to look
No,
at your
it's
CV so we know that I
yeah,
know the kind of roles that you can go in for.
yeah.
And
This is
kind of look.
engineering. It's hands-on. So I just design solutions. So gather requirements and create solutions.
Okay. Okay. Like
Mhm.
this, ensure designs are in line with evolving strategic cloud platform, technical
Mhm.
design.
Yeah,
Okay, I mean,
yeah,
something like
yeah,
this, for
yeah.
example. So in this kind of situation now, these guys have given you exactly what they're looking for. And this is a contractual, so they're likely going to pay well. So for the salary not to be there, is of two ways. Either they're paying not great or they're
Mm,
paying too great to so in this
yeah.
kind of situation, now currently JobServe is not one of the job boards that we work with. CV Match. So if you use CV Match, you might not get to work. So let me refresh it again
Mm,
just to get to see. Okay.
okay. Okay.
But yeah, this is something that we can get done in like a few today actually. So we can work with the team, the dev team to add this to the list of job boards that we can work with. But in this kind of
Yep.
situation where CV Match doesn't work, all I'll do is just copy. All right. I'll just take sorry, just copy this. All right. Take
Okay.
it to the bottom. Okay. I'll take it to the bottom. Just copy everything from the top to the bottom. Okay. So they've got a copy. Why? So they even want you to even copy at all. All right. So let me just say, I'll just copy. I'll copy it to the same faces.
Okay.
Copy these parts. And we just open the blank documents. Or just go to single match maybe. And then paste it there. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see if what I'm gonna do. Okay, that's I mean that's everything, honestly. Yes, that's all. So I'm gonna go to Team actually, okay, and I will do what? Paste the job description down. Okay, but this is something that we can get done. So I would actually we'll try to see if we can get this done today. Maybe on latest Monday.
You mean include job
Okay.
serve as well?
Yes, so part
Okay.
of the stuff that you so this is well, this is the manual way of doing this, but it will still work. So if you can copy the
Okay.
job description, put it in the job description,
Okay.
it will still analyze and it will tell you, okay, so for this one, it's majorly Azure, infrastructure as a code, okay, Terraform, cloud formation. But basically, it's do you have experience with this? Comfortable working environment with AWS and Azure services. So AWS is you if you have AWS on your CV, it covers it. Infrastructure as a code, it will cover it, and so on and so forth. So all you need to do for this particular role is just go ahead, optimize, and you're good to go. So essentially, we're still going to work. I mean, either working cloud falls into majorly the data engineering, the DevOps space. So, I mean, as long as you're in the UK, we're looking for a job. We'll work with you, build you a job strategy documents that you can use in strategically applying yourself, and putting you out there to get to what you're looking for. Essentially, so we have JobServe is just one of the platforms. Other platforms that you can also leverage is
I do use
Otter.
LinkedIn as well. Autumn. Okay.
Yeah. So Otter is also very just
Okay.
give me a second. I don't know why that is. Are you not sure? Uh, 1 second, please. So I can just show you. Okay. So the other job boards, especially for guys that are making and getting a job in the UK, that I mean, for someone that sounds like you, I don't think you're looking at getting a job in getting sponsorship or anything like that, correct?
No, no.
No, you don't need all that. That's fine. That's okay. So go back to sharing my screen in a few seconds, and then we can call it. So the other job boards that you can leverage, okay? So the likes
Mm.
of, can you see my screen? I'm not sharing anything.
No, you're not sharing.
Okay,
Now you
so
are.
okay, fantastic. All right, so Alta is a good place for, especially when you're looking at technology roles in the UK. It's
I
fantastic.
checked this jungle, I don't think they do anything on the architecture. It's more engineering.
It's more engineering.
Mm.
Okay. Well, anyways, we'll come up with, like I said, we would explore every aspect for you.
Okay.
And just imagine us as that person that you can talk to in terms of a job search, what your frustrations are, and then we just go ahead to helping you achieve what you're looking for. Do you understand
Mm.
what I mean?
Awesome.
So yeah, that's it. Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
we'll work with you. Don't worry, we'll work with you 100%. All right.
Okay.
So thank you very much, guys. Thank you. I had a wonderful time. I want to believe you did have a wonderful time also in today's session. But just remember, we're here to work with you to get you that next salary. Okay. It was frustrating for me to get a job when I moved to the UK. So I know how it is. I know how frustrating it can actually get to. And that's exactly what we want to do. We want to make it easier for you to get a job. Okay. So and that's why we're building a platform. That's why we're innovating constantly to see how we can get you what you're looking for. So if you want to get a job this year, the only platform you need to be with is Civil Actually. All right. Thank you very much, guys. You have a wonderful weekend and cheers and bye for now. Bye guys.